Hey guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry for the appearance of myself as well as the really lame background. This is definitely not a video that I had planned to film, but some stuff happened last night and I don't know, I just felt like maybe I need to talk about this. So here I am with my morning coffee. I absolutely should be leaving for school in like 15 minutes, but I'm home alone. So I thought that it would be a really good time to film this video, so yeah. So today's video is really short, obviously. I wanted to keep this brief, but I just wanted to talk about something that happened and kind of just my thoughts on like creativity and self-stifling and self-censorship and stuff. So if that's your thing, if that's your cup of coffee, keep on watching, but yeah. So yesterday I wrote a thing, sent it to Liz to edit, and then posted it on Tumblr. And my initial response to writing something and posting it and stuff was like nervousness and excitement. I was nervous because this was the first thing that I had written that was original but wasn't a poem. It was part of the universe in which my novel is set, and this is a novel that I've been thinking about the characters and the setting and the themes and all that stuff and planning it, and it's been evolving for 8 years. So I'm very attached to this story. I'm very attached to the characters, especially the one who is the focus of this 2-page long vignette that I wrote, because she is the encapsulation of some representation that I really, really want in media and that I've never seen before. So I was really attached to her. So putting it out in the world was terrifying, but it was also exciting because Liz really liked it. And because of Liz's education, Liz's talent, and just the fact that I know that she wouldn't lie to me, the fact that she was telling me things like, you know, that it was really good and that it would be publishable and like people would really like it, like that made me really happy. So my initial response to posting it were those two feelings. So let me back up even further so that I can actually explain this well. So a couple days before I posted that original work, I had posted a piece of meta, which I never do, for a fandom that I'm in, talking about how they needed to stop erasing a character's hand because she was born with a congenital deformity, and erasing that was like akin to erasing really important representation. So I went on this big long rant, I'll link it down below if you want to read it. I went on this big rant about it. And it started to gain traction, which is great because this is an issue that not a lot of people have ever talked about. No one has ever really called people out on it. I've been going around the fandom and like gently saying, hey, you're like erasing this character's representation. This disability means a lot to people. Like, this representation is really important. Like, what are you doing? Come on. So I finally wrote a post about it, posted it. It started to gain traction. It's got like 52 notes, which is the best that anything I've ever posted, like myself, has ever done on my blog. So I was really happy. Then 2 days after that ish, I posted this original thing. I felt the emotions I talked about earlier, and then a few hours later I was driving home and all of a sudden I thought, oh my gosh, what if me posting that has now taken eyes away from this really important piece of meta that I posted about representation? And from then, as many of my thoughts often do, especially the negative ones, everything started spiraling. So by the time I got home, I was like blowing up Liz's text, and then I felt guilty about that too, but I was like blowing up Liz's text, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I should have thought before I posted it, like what if it's taking attention away from this meta, like my creative writing is not important compared to this, like I'm so sorry, I suck. Also, like, she had finished writing something she was so wonderfully proud of the night before, and I was inspired by her excitement to finish this short story thing that I had started writing like 2 years ago and then forgotten about. So I'm like freaking out, I'm feeling so guilty for even daring to post this creative writing. Then I go to Tumblr to delete it and it won't let me delete it. Something was glitching on the website where it wouldn't let me delete anything that I had posted, and I thought it was maybe just like a problem with that post, but it was anything because I had tried things that I had like reposted, reblogged in Tumblr speak from other blogs, and it wouldn't let me delete that either. So I was really confused, I was freaking out, and I kept just thinking, oh my gosh, everyone's gonna think I'm so selfish, everyone's gonna think that I'm so needy, like no one cares about my creative writing, you're so stupid, Amanda, what are you thinking? Get rid of it all, delete, and I couldn't delete it and I was freaking out. Meanwhile, I'm like sitting at dinner with my mom and sister trying to act like a normal person when in my brain my head is just exploding and I'm just feeling like the worst person on the planet. Liz texted me back and she was like, take a deep breath, are these really rational thoughts? And I'm like, I don't know if they're rational, I just know that I feel like a really, really crappy person for not only posting something selfishly when I should be focusing all my attention on that meta and making sure people pay attention to this representation issue, but I also blew up your phone about this without asking you if I could vent to you first. So just like the guilt was piling on, I was feeling just really, really crappy. yeah, so why I told that story and why I wanted to talk to you guys about this, all 3 of you subscribers that I love very much, is because I think that a lot of people in the creative community tend to self-censor because of guilt. And I am definitely not here to say, I overcame it, here's how you can too, because clearly I haven't. Clearly I spent most of last night freaking out, crying over, spazzing out because I'm taking eyes and representation and views away from people that need it more. I have consumed a lot of media in my time. Movies, comics, TV, books, short stories, poetry, prose, etc. I can guarantee there is enough place in the world for your media, and I can also guarantee that the story that you tell, because it's from your perspective, is going to be infinitely different than anything else out there, regardless of whether or not the theme has already been explored. I think that a lot of times we tend to self-censor ourselves because we feel guilty for taking eyes and voices away from people that need it more. Case in point, I have said to Liz and to many other people, I don't have a right to write a story because I'm just another basic white chick, and how dare I take away voices and space and time from my people of color, LGBTQIA+, brothers and sisters of non-binary folk. Like, how dare I do that? That's just disrespectful. That's horrible. I would be the worst person on the planet if I did that. Their responses to me have always been, well, yeah, but there's enough room for everybody. Even my mom, who is definitely not as progressive as some other people I've spoken to, has said, on the internet there's like literally infinite space. There's enough room for everybody, like you shouldn't feel like you have to censor yourself. And maybe that's true. I don't know if it is. I feel like it is intellectually, but like in my gut I just feel like the worst person on the planet whenever I dare to post something that's creative. I don't know why I don't feel like that with fan fiction. I think because with fan fiction, like there's definitely like a need for it, not a need, but like a desire, you know, like there's a desire for the kind of fan fiction that I write because the fandom that I'm in is so small. So there's definitely a desire there, but I think with original stuff, it's just kind of like, you know, how dare I should get out of the way and shut up and sit down. This video isn't really meant to inspire, unfortunately. I'm sorry, although maybe you'll be inspired, I don't know. But it's mostly just to like kind of empathize if you are watching this and you feel guilty for creating something. Whether you feel guilty about creating YouTube videos because you think, oh, there's already so many people that do this, I'm not gonna be welcome, it doesn't matter. Whether you're talking about or thinking about writing a novel or a comic or a short story or a poetry collection or whatever, and you feel as though you can't do it, shouldn't bother, shouldn't even try, blah, blah, blah. I get it, and I've been there, and so I just wanted you to know that you're not alone, and that it really sucks, and that I went through it last night, and I still am fighting with taking it down, because I still feel really guilty, even though I know I shouldn't. But I think maybe just to spite the goblin in my brain, I won't delete it, even though it's hard. Because I'm tired of fighting battles that I can't win, and this is something that I can win out of sheer stubbornness. So, yeah. Anyway, this was a really short and pointless video. I hope it didn't come off as like a filler, because it's not what I meant for it to be. I truly wanted to like talk about this, even just very briefly, because it is something that a lot of people struggle with. Like, self-sabotage is real. Whether or not you're aware that you're doing it, you might be. And I just wanted to bring that up in case any of you are going through something similar. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Keep creating, and I will see you very soon. Bye. It's enough voting for the thumbnail, I think. Okay. Oh boy.